Adonon, Mureno, ורבינו, המשיח, לעולם. Summary of the malchus of Parshas Eikev, Shabbos. The Mashiach actually starts off. We're staying now in Chodesh Shabbos, Chodesh Elul, like a cheshbon nefesh to get ready for next year, and a cheshbon of the previous year. Because this year, the Mashiach actually says we're falling out now on Chodesh falls out on Shabbos and Sunday. That's exact for a lesson from this Chodesh Shabbos Sunday. Also, what's the Yiddah from Parshas Eikev? The Mashiach says that the whole Aveda of Yid is hindered in the Rosh Tevis of Ani L'Deidi, a Yid gets connected with Hashem. That's two aspects. Ani L'Deidi, Milmata, that you come close to Hashem, and V'li Hashem comes close to you and helps you. What's the order? First Ani L'Deidi, and then L'Deidi Li. Why? Because that's the purpose. The purpose is the person's Aveda. Like if Eikev says, by Chassidim is no such thing. Things happen by itself. Everything comes through Aveda. Like we say, Yagaita Matzasa, then Tami. And after Anil Deidi comes Vedili. Why? First of all, because when you have the Veda of Anil Deidi, then the Vedili is Nimshach more Primis. Number two, when you have the Anil Deidi, then Vedili, and the Vedili, the Sayyid Somali, the Hashem coming, revealing himself to the Yid, is in a greater way. And this idea that Anil Deidi is the first thing, that's the main thing, is emphasizing this, that Ani, the first word of Anil Deidi is Aleph. It starts with the Aleph. Aleph is the first letter of Aleph is why it shows the Veda of Ulmat L'Mayda. Rabbi Melech HaMashiach says, even though generally we say Anil Deidi is a Yid coming close to Hashem, and if Deidi Li is Hashem coming close to the Yid, nevertheless, from this that El includes both Anil Deidi and Deidi Li. Must we say that even in the Veda Sa'adah, even a person, there is a level of Veda of Deidi Li. And these two ideas are emphasized in 2 days of Rosh Chodesh. We have the first day of Rosh Chodesh, which is Lam and Menachemov, and second day of Rosh Chodesh El, which is Aleph El. Rabbi Mashiach says these two ideas are emphasized in the Kriyas of this year of Tafshin Aleph, of Shabbos, of Rosh Chodesh on Shabbos and on Sunday. Why? Because the counting of days from Sunday till Shabbos shows a Ulmat L'Mayla. Counting of days from Shabbos to Sunday is L'Mayla. From Shabbos then go to the days of the week. Why? We know that the Seder Aveda is regular Aveda is Sunday, Monday, the Seder, till you reach the Shleimus of Shabbos. Work hard during the week. You have Yelcha b'Shabbos. Mishatarech b'Erev Shabbos. You work on Erev Shabbos. You will eat on Shabbos. Yelcha b'Shabbos. However, there's the Aveda of the type of Aveda L'Mayla L'Mata. First Shabbos and then days of the week. Like we know that even before Hashem created the 6 days of the week, which started from Sunday, then Monday, Tuesday. Even before that, that's when the whole concept of time, of Zman, was created. There was even a Shabbos before. That it wasn't under the limitations of time, of Zman, but it was the idea of Seder Zmanim. It wasn't for 1 hour, the second hour, or third hour, but the concept of order, of one after the other, things come after the other, was already before. And there was the idea of Shabbos already before. And that blesses all the days afterwards. That's the idea of Milmayla L'Mata. Those are 2 days of Rosh Chodesh and Tafshin Aleph. You have the first day of Rosh Chodesh was Shabbos. That's Milmayla L'Mata. And the second day of Rosh Chodesh is the idea of Sunday. That's the idea of Milmata L'Mayla. Just like we see difference in the Teichen Aveda. What's the Aveda during the week? Minakal L'Kavri. You have a Sunday is a higher one Aveda. Monday is a Bachlekes. There's already 2. So a harder Aveda. However, Shabbos, what's the Aveda of Shabbos? To eat and drink. The food itself is a mitzvah. There's no idea of Aveda. Rabbi Melech HaMashiach actually says these 2 Avedas we have by every Yid. Why? Every Yid has 2 parts. Has an Neshama, which is a Chelk L'Kam Alamish, and he has his Guf. Says, and without his Guf, the Aveda is L'Mat L'Mayla, where he's physical, he has limitations, has to go, whatever. So then Neshama, he has to demand from himself a Shabbos Dika behavior, Milmayla. And these and these 2 ideas are the ideas of Anil Deidi and Deidi Li, which are emphasize the difference between the idea of Shabbos is Deidi Li, and Anil Deidi is the idea of during the week. And Yid has to have both. On one hand, the Yid has to have the idea of B'Seder V'Adraga, even on Simchas Torah, even on Yom Kippur. When he is in the highest levels, higher than any limitations, still has regular Seder. We still say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, even on Yom Kippur, even on Simchas Torah. And also, We have the idea of the carbon tummy. The carbon tummy is brought every single day. On the other hand, even during the week, you have to have a Shabbos, the kind of idea. You see, Shammai has like a Shammai. What does Shammai do? No, the story of Shammai, he always was living Shabbos during the week. When he went into the marketplace and he saw there was a good animal to buy, so he would buy it on Sunday for Shabbos. The next day came Monday, he saw a better animal. So when he saw a better animal, he bought that animal, the second animal for Shabbos. And he ate on Monday the first animal he bought yesterday on Sunday. So we see the idea that one hand, he's always remembering Shabbos, or even on Sunday, he's thinking, what can I buy for Shabbos? And another thing, the food that he's eating during the week is food that he had bought in retention to eat on Shabbos. That's the idea of every single day I have to have Shabbos. And that's the difference in the idea of Mari, Torah, they didn't learn Torah, entire day, Talmud HaChamim, that's all idea of Shabbos, the whole idea of Kedusha, Malchus, and the idea of Mari, of the people do that work. The HaMashiach says, even though in general we have both Avedas, which are hinted in the 2 days of Rosh Chodesh, we have Anil, that's the day of second day of Rosh Chodesh, right? The day of Sunday. And we have the daily day of Shabbos. What's the main day of Rosh Chodesh? The second day. Blowing shofar starts the second day, right? The 3 Kapitelach we say starts the second day. Why? That's also exact. That means the main Aveda is the Aveda of Anil Adaydu, Aveda of Sunday. Why? The Seder regular person is, he has to go from level to level. Someone say, I have an Neshama. You're right, you have an Neshama, which is Minal Yanim, which is higher than any limitations. But Hashem took an Neshama and brought it down here into a Guf. He brought it to Elam Azat in this world. Why? In order that the Neshama should go down here and act accordingly to the rules and the behaviors of the nature of the body. Like we see this idea regarding a day of Rosh Hashanah. Right? The day of Rosh Hashanah, we say, is on a Friday, the 6th day of creation. However, what's the first day of creation? What's the first day we call the first day? The first day we start on Sunday. The first, not on Friday. The Chayda, if Adam Rishon was created on the day of Rosh Hashanah, on the 6th day of creation, sure started counting time from Friday, for Adam Rishon was created. However, because the idea is Tachtonim, whereas Tachtonim Dafka in this world, if we go to the lowest places, from Sunday, so the beginning of creation of the world, there's nothing of nothing, over there we start counting, because even at that level, you want to bring down the idea of Dira Tachtonim. And like we know the idea that all the lowest level comes from Atzmos, all the physical things in the body there is Atzmos, and through the way they're going the lowest places, we can uplift even the higher levels. The HaMashiach says that we see in the Aveda of Cheshel there are 3 Avedas. There's the Aveda of Anil Lady of Mivara the Guf, right? You have the idea of Aveda Li, Mailamata, relating to the cross, relating to Hashem is higher in the world. What's the completion? To connect them both together. That even in the Anil Lady, in the Mailamata, Imam Shadia of Mailamata. Like you know, the Yesh HaMiti, the idea of Atzmos is created, is revealed in Mizgal Dafki in Yesh HaNivr. So the HaMashiach says if we're talking about like in the beginning of Sicha, we have to make a cheshbon nefesh. About what Avodah. Cheshbon nefesh include 3 things. First of all, how much kreches did you do in your Avodah of Mivara your body and Mivara the world? In addition to this, and make a cheshbon, how did you jump higher than the world? Right? How do you act according to the Neshama? And also too, you have to have the Avodah, have to have a cheshbon nefesh. How did you connect both together? How did you reveal the idea of Anil Deidi and of Deidi together? The Shema and the body together. And so the way someone makes the Cheshbon Nefesh regarding his Avodah, how he served the Hashem by himself. He also has to make Cheshbon Tzedek. How did he take care of the world? The HaMashiach now says, according to this, the whole explanation of the Anil Adaydim, they understand the connection to this week's Parshas Eikev. What's Eikev? A few explanations. Now Eikev, the Rashi says, Eikev mitzvahs kales, Adam dash ba'kevrov. The small, easier mitzvahs, people will step on them with their heels. However, there are some that explain what does Eikev mean. Achid Seif, the end of the days when Mashiach will come. Because the 2 explanations are the same word. You must say that they are connection. But seemingly they're opposite. Eikev shows on a very low Aveda, that someone's stepping on the easy mitzvahs. That's one explanation. That's what Rashi says. Other explanations that say, what does Eikev mean? The shleimus of the Aveda of the Geula. What's the explanation? Just like we said regarding the idea of Ani Ladeidim Deidili, that through the Aveda of the lowest levels, the level of somebody that he's Eikev, he's stepping with his heel on some of the mitzvahs. Through that, you bring him up, and you to the shleimus of the day you lead. So the Rebbe Shlomo HaMashiach says, according to this, we have a chesed nefesh regarding the main idea. Time is coming, which is the idea of the geula. Like the Rebbe says, we spoke about it many, many times lately. And we're waiting for Mashiach every single day, and according to all the signs, behold, Mashiach is coming. Therefore, we're speaking about it, we're thinking about it, and we're trying to connect all ideas with the idea of this time, the theme of this time, which is the geula. So in our case, what does Eikev mean? Eikev means, Eikev is at the Mashiach, the heels, and the footsteps of Mashiach. And that itself will also have two explanations. One hand, Mashiach shows the lowest level of Golus, the darkest level of Golus, before Mashiach comes. One Eikev means we're standing right before the days of Mashiach, and especially in our generation, in our time, that the Frierdiker Rebbe told us, we already finished all the Avodah at the time of Golus, and we already polished our Arbat. And it's the only thing we're waiting for, one Tnuah of Hashem to bring us into the Yidden, bring us into Eretz Yisrael, bring us to the Gula. Therefore, the Yidden are demanding and screaming again and again, Ad Masai. And the connection we have these two Purushim of Eikev together. Because we're on the lowest level, we here should reveal the idea of the Gula. Just like the old idea of the Beis HaMikdash, which is a triple Beis HaMikdash. Why the triple? Because the Beis HaMikdash, the Shlishi, has the Maila of the Bayis Rishon, which is a Giloi Mil Maila, and the Bayis Shem, which is Mil Mato, and connect them both together. So the idea of the Geula. So what's the cheshbon tzaddik we have to make? A Yid has to know that he has the power regarding the idea of the Geula to arouse himself, and to arouse Hashem, and to arouse everyone around him. That according to all the signs, what's the cheshbon nefesh? According to all the signs, Hashem will long ago have to bring the Geula, especially in this year. And especially we're coming out from the 3 weeks. Which in the 3 weeks we know that the Yidden were Asik in learning about the Beis HaMikdash, which Hashem says when you learn about the Beis HaMikdash, Hashem it's considered if they're building it. And we're studying already from Chumash Yisrael B'Av, already almost 2 Shabbos after Tesvav B'Av, and Tavshan Aleph, the Kvias was that the Zvav Av was on Friday. So the first Shabbos, Tezayim Menachem Av, and the next Shabbos, Eikev, which is Chavgil Menachem Av, 2 Shabbosos. And according to this, we're already ready for the Geula, because you know what it says, when you keep the Shabbosos, you're married to the Geula, and especially now we're saying before the king is like in a field. Melech Masad, and he's listening to everybody, and everyone can tell the king whatever they want and ask for whatever they want. And we're standing now in the shul. For every single Yid receives the biggest merit and the power to scream to Hashem, Ad Mosai. And because you already finished all the ideas of our work in Golus. So the storming question is, because you already finished everything, how can it be Mashiach did not come yet? So the Mashiach says there's no letter of the Baal Shem Tov that Mashiach told Baal Shem Tov asked the Mashiach, when are you coming? And Mashiach told the Baal Shem Tov, when the springs of Chesed will spread out. And according, and the Rebbe says, in our generation, we see how much in all our generations there's so much Chesed are spread out, starting with the Baal Shem Tov, until our generation we came even to America. And there's also explanations in Chassidus in every single place. Also, there's more Chassidus being printed more and more and more. But nevertheless, we see that Mashiach didn't come. We must say there's another thing that we didn't reach to bring Mashiach. Rebbe says, Rebbe Melech Mashiach says, I had an idea. The script for blind people is the idea of Braille. It's a type of script of writings that is bumps on the papers, and they can feel it and read it. And that's a very, very far place. And now there was in our times, even over there, even such a Tanya was just printed, even in Braille. And there is that's the farthest way of chutzpah that can be. And the Rebbe Mashiach actually says that Tanya is now in Sunday. The previous Sunday, you could see someone came and gave the Rebbe Mashiach Shlita that book, that Tanya in Braille, on Sunday by dollars. And because this idea of Tanya is includes all idea of Chassidus. That says the main point is the Geula mitzvah shleima through Mashiach or Peil Mamish. So it could be this idea of putting a Tanya was holding back Mashiach, but could be it wasn't. But the main thing is now for sure Mashiach has to come right now, and then we'll have a Mashiach of the completion of the healing of all those that are blind, like that the Gemara uses for blind sagi a lot of light, because a person is too much light they can't even see. However, the golden way that we actually see will be a Torah Chadash Amit Teitzei, and Mashiach will show the Torah, of your ear will see a Torah. And the main thing is the Geula Mitzvah Shleima, so the Rebbe Melech Mashiach Shlita, take it from me Ad Mamish. יחי אדוננו, ורבינו, מלך המשיח לעולם.